Until a few years ago, the average man and woman in the street, when hearing the word drone, would probably think of an insect. As a matter of fact, they wouldn't be wrong because in the animal realm, drones is a term used for male insects, be it a male wasp or a male bee that, unlike females, do not have a stinger. But drones is also the term name given to unmanned aerial vehicles by the military industry. These UAVs are then used to spy on the enemy or to deploy bombs, and they can do so without putting in danger the lives of servicemen and servicewomen. They look a lot like a small plane or like a small helicopter. They come equipped with a small engine, they run on fuel, then remotely by an operator that is usually sitting at a safe distance. So if the UAV were to be shot down, one can activate a self-destruct sequence and there's no loss of lives. There's not even any loss of technology or data. Now, recently drones have also found less belligerent applications than the military ones. There are, for example, realtors. Realtors who use drones for aerial views and pictures of their listings. They give, by doing so, they give buyers a bird's eye view of the property they might be interested in. And this is particularly relevant when the property is large, with, say, a large swimming pool or a golf course or even a tennis course. But drones are also used by office workers who get them as a distraction. They fly them around from one desk to another, and they practice their aerial skills, sometimes even pretending to be Top Gun pilots. Children, too, have been using drones, but as toys, annoying unsuspecting passersby and visitors in parks. And now the medical field has developed an interest in drones in what I would call a rather unlikely endeavor. They want to catch mosquitoes with them. Now, if you're imagining a drone, a small airplane, or a small helicopter with little propellers trying to chase after a mosquito, then let me tell you something. You're on the wrong track. That's not how it works. The idea is for drones to access very remote areas, especially in equatorial regions, in jungles, the breeding grounds of mosquitoes that are usually hard to access by man, and deploy mosquito traps. These traps come in different shapes and sizes. There are some traps that collect bugs for analysis, so scientists afterwards can map the spread of certain types of mosquitoes in a particular area. The traps can also deliver a biological agent, in other words, poison, to poison mosquitoes by depositing the traps somewhere in an area where usually it would be very difficult to get to. But the drones can easily fly there. Or the drones can be used to deploy male mosquitoes that were genetically modified. They then mate with the females and their offspring will be sterile, therefore unable to reproduce. Microsoft is currently sponsoring a project called Premonition. And what they're trying to do is build autonomous drones that can access rather inhospitable areas, analyze the genetic makeup of mosquitoes, and then assess and calculate the likelihood of an outbreak of a disease such as malaria. It is important to remember that malaria is probably the most widespread disease carried by mosquitoes, infected 500 million people each year. A Dutch manufacturer is developing a prototype of a so-called ambulance drone. Now, this ambulance drone is supposed to provide rapid response to people with heart attacks by flying a defibrillator unit straight to the person with a heart attack. It is actually a fairly easy the way it is conceived because it uses GPS coordinates that, after all, we all have on our cell phones. And it has been shown in tests to increase the theoretical survival chance of anyone with a heart attack by 10 times. Before this technology can be used to save lives in the UK, for example, some laws need changing. In the United Kingdom, any such UAV, that is to say, unmanned aerial vehicle, must be flown within the operator's line of sight and at least 50 meters away from any person, from any vehicle or any building, making it effectively illegal to dispatch this sort of ambulance drone. Once the legal hurdles are removed, however, it looks like we might be entering an era in which drones no longer bring death, but life. Thank you.